Welcome to Let's Talk Crime. Today we're going to revisit the topic of what do you do when you get arrested? So Frank, what do I do when I get arrested?
First thing you do is you don't get arrested. Welcome everybody. It's great to be doing these programs again. And remember, Let's Talk Crimes with Frank. It's not just entertaining, it's informative, but it's not your visit with your attorney. So you just got arrested. Officers started slapping handcuffs on you. So what do? You know, the short answer for most attorneys is don't say anything. And I don't believe in general rule. That's a general rule, but it doesn't apply all the time. The first thing you do, in my opinion, is you don't argue with officers. You're never going to win an argument. Trust me, it's never going to happen. You're not going to win an argument with an officer. But there are times that maybe you need to talk. There are times that you might need to give an explanation. If you're sure that you did not commit the crime that the officer feels you committed, and you feel that the explanation is going to save the day, by all means, I say you explain it.
So let's say that doesn't work. And I'm arrested now. I'm about to go to jail. So what do I do now?
Okay. Now you're in jail. He handcuffed you. You're sitting in the jail. I'm going to tell you the mistake that most people do. They go into jail. They spend the first 3 or 4 most horrible hours of their lives, and they finally get that phone call. So they can call their family members.
Yeah, your one call.
And they lose it, and they don't take advantage of it. The first thing you do when you get to the jailhouse, you try to find out your bond and your jail number. You need to get that. That sounds like real simple stuff. Well, this guy's not talking about law. Well, if you get arrested, you're going to say, I wish I would have listened to it. Get your jail number and find your bond amount. And once you get that phone call, your mom, your wife, your girlfriend is going to want to have a million questions. Don't let them ask a million questions because it's a very limited phone call. Give them the jail to stop them. Give them the jail number and tell them what the bond amount is and tell them what jail you're being housed in.
And do they record the phone calls at the jail?
Forget about maybe. We used to say, your phone calls may be recorded. I assure you, at least in our jurisdiction, Miami-Dade, Florida, your phone calls, folks, are being recorded.
And do they use it as evidence, officer?
I cannot tell you how many times over and over again. In serious crimes, when we're getting ready to prep for trial, we get new evidence, and that new evidence is the recorded conversations of the defendant. Most of the times, the state's going to use the things that you spoke about right when you got arrested, because that's where you put your foot right in your mouth. So they're being recorded. Forget about saying what happened. It's not going to resolve anything. You need to get out. Most crimes are bondable. Get a jail number. Get a bond amount, and tell your family members to jot them down and to call a bondsman.
All right. So then they got the bondsman, and I'm already out. So what do I do?
Bondsman got you out. By the way, in our jurisdiction, don't get all excited. Don't think you're not gonna get out because it's been 6, 7, 8 hours that they've informed you that the bond has been posted and you're still in. You're gonna get out. The system is very slow. And it could take anywhere from 8 hours to even 24 hours in our thing. But once you got out and you got released, now you can call an attorney. Attorneys would like to tell your family members to call them right away. And that helps if you have that privilege or if you have that opportunity. But the truth is that you need to call a bondsman first because he's going to get you out. Then you call your attorney and you explain to your attorney what happened. You explain to your attorney the truth. Don't get caught up in giving your attorney what you think is the defense. That's your attorney's job. You don't have to call our officers. You just call any attorney. But I suggest that if you've been arrested for a crime, you should use the services of an attorney.
Okay. And I think that's about it. So any other comments?
I can't think of anything else. Just remember the phone calls. Don't try to solve your case while you're in the jail. It's not going to happen.
And don't argue with the officers.
And don't argue with the officer. And you, again, have a great day. 2022 is going to be great.
Thank you.
What you gonna do